Hey everyone, good evening. Um, I just want to tell you that Duolingo is actually really fun. Like, it feels like a game, and even the exams, so to speak, they're really well hidden, especially for kids, in a way of you don't feel like it's an exam. They call it legendary on a certain point, and it's kind of funny because, especially for kids, you kind of want that legendary achievement basically on that thing. So especially for kids, it's really well hidden, and you just don't feel like you're in school or anything. You just really feel like it's some kind of a game, especially if you're competitive. There is a scoreboard, and I'm currently on number 2 again. I keep fighting with somebody basically between number 1 and 2, and basically, what this means is the higher your score is, the more you learn in a day, the more XP you get. And the XP will determine, like, the person with the higher XP basically is the person who uh, who is the highest, right? The highest XP, the highest person. And yeah, it's kind of funny because it's me and this other guy. I've actually befriended him, and it's you can somewhat send each other some kind of message, like provocative in a way of, hey, you're falling behind, or things like that. Like, it's kind of funny, just, but you also can have friendship quests. I haven't really delved into that, but yeah, it's just really funny. Also, the Klingon thing, it is ridiculous, I'm well aware, but it's funny, and I've taught my mom a couple of words, which I'm not gonna repeat here because I know how ridiculous they sound. But now my mom is repeating it to everybody she knows in her building, and it's a specific word that translates to "What do you want from me?" So yeah, you can Google that if you want. I'm not gonna repeat it here on camera. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna do that, but she's been saying that like the entire day to people in her building. She's been repeating it to the cat, to the dog. It's kind of funny, and yeah, it's becoming a thing. Like, she's having a lot of fun with it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. Just in general, there are so many languages as well, and it's just, I don't know, it's really worth it, especially for the 70 somewhat euro for a full year. I mean, that's really worth it, in my opinion, especially with the amount of fun you get from it. But the competitive thing, yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, if you really want to stay on top, you just basically have to learn so much uh, that the other person cannot catch up, which is something that I'm basically at right now, because the other person is now 13,000 XP, or 1,300, sorry, 1,300 EXP above me, in the scoreboard. So basically, I would have to do double that to not only be far ahead or to catch up, but also be far ahead in the hopes that I'll stay number 1. So yeah, also the top 5 after a week or something, you go to another something, I don't know, you get some kind of reward, or I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I would really recommend that to everybody. And uh, before somebody says it, yes, I'm back in my sweater. It is currently freezing out here, and yeah, I just really need this on because everything else is just too cold. We live above a basement and stuff, so it is what it is. But yeah, at least I'm warm. Even though it looks kind of ridiculous, I'm well aware of that. I am at least very warm. And well, I was supposed to give some kind of view or preview of the food that I made, the Moroccan couscous. It was edible. I think I might have made it a little wrong. There were a couple of ingredients that were expired despite the date on the box saying it should have been good at least till tomorrow, but that was not the case. The paprika or bell pepper, depends on where you live and how you call it, was expired as well as the onion, but of course I already had onions at home, so those are always useful for just about everything, so I have those at home anyway. But yeah, so there was no paprika or bell pepper in my food. Um, it turned out really well, and the chicken was also definitely a good thing to do instead of the ground beef. The ground beef was, would have been a bad choice in my opinion. I haven't tried it, of course, but the flavor of the sauce of the couscous that what came with it, the taste of the spices, it didn't really seem to me like it would have been ground beef material. Like, I could be wrong, but with the chicken, it was definitely very, very nice. And I would definitely say that that was one of my favorite things. And the couscous itself was the whatever it is, was also pretty good, I have to say. So it was definitely a new experience, and I think I will be making it again. Definitely also with chicken, because without chicken with ground beef or whatever, it's nah. I cannot see that work at all. Just the flavors are very weird. I think next time, because there are raisins in the package, I think next time I will take out the raisins or leave them out, because they do make it very sweet. Too sweet in my opinion, as well as the fact that they're just not as healthy in a way of lots of sugar, lots of calories. So I think next time, because they do come in loose packages, you have one package of sauce, one package of spices, um, you have the loose ingredients, then you have the couscous in a different package, like it's all separate. So I think for next time I will be leaving out the raisins completely, because they might taste good just like this, but honestly they're not worth it, and they just make the food way too sweet and way too sticky as well. So I don't know. I do personally think that I did uh, bake or put the sauce in for too long, which made it a little bit drier and a little bit more sticky as well, but that's probably also because of the raisins, so I'm not sure. One way or another, my dad will have the raisins next time. He can eat those, he'll like them. Anyway, um, also I wasn't aware that raisins are actually just dried grapes. Yeah, don't hold that against me, I just didn't know. I don't know a lot about that kind of fruit. Never been too interested, mainly because of the high sugar doses. But yeah, so that's great. Also, thank you for the suggestion about secondhand camping gear. You are right, and I'm definitely gonna look into that. But I think, considering the fact that I'm a very neat person, I don't really always like secondhand stuff. It depends on what it is. I mean, I think the tent itself, I think I'll want that new. Everything else I am not gonna need new. That those can be secondhand. But yeah, the tent itself needs to be new, because I'm not gonna deal with um, leakage or holes, stuff like that that people might have said that weren't but are, you know. But yeah, I think it should be fine. So I'm gonna look into that. Now it's only to find a spot because I have been Googling a lot, but there are a lot of campings around, but most of the campings do not allow tents. That's just something from the past. And those that do take tents, there are a couple here in the Netherlands, but they're pretty far off. And so, if something were to happen at home, it would take me a little while to get back here, which isn't exactly ideal, of course, with my dad. Of course, it wouldn't be if I were traveling either. But yeah, so it would probably only for 2 days as well. So it's not like it's a long time. And during that time, I can easily check in with him. It's not like I won't have any electricity or anything. I will make sure that I will. But I mean, we do have a couple of ways to get electricity. We have a hand crank thingy to charge batteries with if we need to. Again, we are well prepared for war if necessary. So we have a lot of options, things that I can bring to the camping if I need to. But the only concern is the fact that I've never actually gone camping before at all, ever. And so I definitely would first try it out for one night, see how it goes. I mean, in my mind, I like to think that as a person, or as the person that I am inside, not the person that I am outside, but the person that I am inside, I like to see myself as something of a naturalist, like going into nature and surviving out there. I think I could, it's definitely something I'm interested in, just to be out there. But the problem is with the campings as well, that there aren't any secluded places. These campings are always packed full of people, and there are barely any spots, if any, here in the Netherlands that you are allowed to go to for wild camping, so to speak, which is something that was initially my thought, but apparently that's not allowed. So that's a little bit of a shame. However, I've also been thinking about a lot of other things, but yeah, I don't think I will be talking about that right now. I don't want to spoil things too much. But yeah, I think I will be carefully checking my choices, looking over them, seeing what's best for me, what's best for the idea that I have. But I definitely also want to go into nature and just find something, I suppose. Just look around and be alone, I guess. Other than my phone and recording things, but without constantly having to be around people, because that would kind of be counterintuitive, I suppose, counter effective. I mean, I suppose technically I could try to go wild camping, but if I get caught, I would be in so much trouble. I don't think that would be worth it. Neither do I think that I would be able to afford the fine that I would get for it. So, I don't know. Oh well. I mean, there are places that you can, but not here in the Netherlands. I would have to go out of the Netherlands at the very least, which is somewhat fine. I mean, I am very close to the Belgian border, which is only like 10 minutes or actually from where I live now, more like 20 minutes. About 20 minutes away. So that's not bad. I haven't looked up the rules there. And then there's Germany, which is about an hour away, which is also not as bad considering the fact that the camping that is closest to me that does allow tents is also about 2.5 hours away. So I don't know, I should look around with Germany, I should look around with should look around Belgium, see if there are different rules there, see if there's maybe some wild camping possible, and maybe where. I mean, I would love to see the mountains in Germany, but something tells me those are a lot further away than 2 hours at least. Yeah, I've never actually seen mountains in real life. Fun fact. I've never seen the ocean either, only the sea. When I briefly went through Friesland. Was it Friesland? I don't even know at this point. Yeah, I didn't even know. It's actually funny. I'm actually kind of wondering right now if I've actually ever seen a real lake as well. Funny. Yeah. Anyway, like I said before, I mean, I have missed out on quite a bit of things. So yeah, camping is definitely a big thing on my list. Though I am a little bit scared to do it alone, but I mean, first time for everything, right? I just make sure that I'm able to defend myself and that somebody always knows where I am. Should be fine. I hope. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it at this for this video because I'm pretty sure I'm done talking at this point. But yeah, so I don't know yet. I mean, I've got quite a while, I think more than a month, about 2 months really, to decide what I want to do, if I want to go to a camping or out of state, out of the country, or things like that. I mean, I have time. That is, yeah, it should be fine. So, I mean, if I think about it, I also have most of the camping gear already. I think we even have a sleeping bag. Or did my dad sell it? I don't know. I will figure something out. Either way, I'm gonna wish you all a good night, a good morning, a good day, or a good evening, whatever it may be for you. I love you, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Good night.